Hot dear Lord. Denny, come in. Greetings and welcome to Ask That Mizzou Playboy with the Glasses. What do you think the future will be like? That's a very good question. And the answer is, I can't predict the fucking future. What am I, some mind reader or something? If I were to predict the future, I would say that it is doomed. Because the Cubs will win the World Series and Donald Trump will be elected president. I know, I'm trying to push for a non-Donald Trump-like future. But sadly, it's a popularity contest, and I just don't know if Hillary Clinton can hang on. And thus, Trump will win the election, and right around that time, the Cubs will be celebrating the end of their curse. And the world will end as we know it. No, seriously, the world will literally just die on its feet. Fall down into whatever black hole there is, and will cease to exist. Unless, of course, you don't vote for Donald Trump. In which case, I think the future is going to be a bright one. Quick recap, who's voting for Trump? Who's not voting for Trump? Ruby voting for Trump. Do we have to do this every time? You know my answer. No! And we know who Willie's going to pick. Even though we have to freaking beat him up for it. Willie, have you learned your fucking lesson? I don't know, Mama. I think it's very tough. I think Trump's got a fire tent. Alright, you know the drill. Alright, get up. Some people just never learn. With guacamole. Yes. How was your night with Danica Patrick wearing the same dress she wore in the ESPYs? I don't know. Maybe a refresher would be nice. Oh yeah, now I just envisioned it. It was the most magical night of my life. There she was, laying on the bed with her muscular arms. Good God almighty, does she have a wonderful core. And I was on top, of course, because you know I like to reign supreme. And we were just having fun. A lot of fun. Too graphic for the kiddies to witness on this show, so sadly I can't do it. Even though I could possibly do it, I'm not gonna tell. Let's just say it was magical. More magical than Danica Patrick and Ricky Stenhouse's soon-to-be-dead relationship. That's right. Me doing it with Danica Patrick in that dress officially means that Ricky Stenhouse is a has-been, and I am her new boyfriend. How magnificent is that? I'm dating a hottie sport athlete. With guacamole. Yes. In the Crucible, who do you believe? Winona Ryder or Daniel Day-Lewis? Well, to put it in perspective, as much as I like to pick and choose as I please amongst the females, I despise the whores. Thus I'm going with Danielle. Get it? Yell? Because he always yells in his movies. Day-Lewis. Or as I like to call him, Dee Dee Lewis. Because Dee Dee is absolutely believable. Have you seen Lemony Snicket's series of unfortunate events? Do you notice that they never believe the children because children make up the wildest shit? Just like with The Boy Who Cried Wolf. In this case though, they unfortunately are in colonial times. And in that time, apparently, if you believe the children pretty much know the truth. And thus the adults are big bad fucking liars. I know what you're thinking. How can children dictate the world? I'll tell you why. Because of their child obsessions and all their majesties and their innocence look. Well, I'll tell you what. Don't look at them on the outside. Look at them on the inside. And whenever you do, don't fall for their trap. Just look in the inside. And you'll know that they're a bunch of fucking goddamn liars who don't know what the hell they're talking about. Always believe the adult, which in this case means go with Dee Dee Lewis. Besides, how can you go against Dee Dee Lewis? That man is a fucking badass. And he portrayed Lincoln better than anybody else. Ha! Take that, Winona Ryder. That's what you get for fucking beating Michael Keaton's Beetlejuice. Damn whore. Yes. Do you believe Channel Awesome will benefit with you on their channel? Oh, you know I do. It's just the problem is they don't have time to think that. But don't worry, I have a patented solution. Because I do this all the time now. Channel Awesome, I know you're tired of this, but I'm not. Because I deserve to be on your channel. Thus, you need to put me on your channel. Where else are you going to find someone who can answer questions on a regular basis? Nobody. Only I can do that. So, in light of all this, Channel Awesome, please consider this, why don't you? Let me be your chair, let me be your chair, let me be your chair. What's your take on the latest addicting game, Pokemon Go? Ah, get rid of it! Get rid of it! I am done with Pokemon! I am sick of that game! That game is stupid! All you do is catch Pokemon with your fucking phone! Oh, by the way, you're burning battery with that phone! Can't you find something else better to do than catch fucking Pokemon? You have to be fucking high to get into this fucking game! Oh, you don't even have to be high to get into this fucking game! You can be Willie! Hell, he's playing it right now! Oh, look at me go! I'm catching a Pokemon right next to Commander Mazzander while I'm voting for Donald Trump. You are a dead man! Get him! That's how much I hate Pokemon! Pokemon can run now! I mean, come on! I don't really hate Pokemon. Well, I'm not really into Pokemon. I don't hate it. I just hate the fact that that game is so addicting. I mean, come on. They're even playing it in a parking lot of a hotel, for Christ's sakes. Seriously. Think of it this way. You're an employee coming home from the latest work at a nearby hotel, per se. Let's say by the lake. And what do you see out in a parking lot? A flock of dumbass teenagers playing that stupid game and are probably going to get run over because the employees are like, get out of the fucking way, we're going to run you over. And quite frankly, I don't blame them because the kids are stupid. If that's all they can come up with in a boring ass town, then clearly this generation, not mine, this current generation, has no life and no future for that matter. And they're going to be stupid enough to vote for fucking Donald Trump if they're old enough to vote. What a crying shame this world has come to. Why don't you freaking do Digimon while you're fucking at it? At least that's better than Pokemon. Does George Carlin's skits actually make sense? Well, of course it does. Because that man, as crabby as he was, honestly makes sense in the world. For instance, his saving the planet skit makes a lot of sense. How are you going to save the planet? I mean, come on. We don't even know how to protect ourselves, for crying out loud. Have you seen what's been going on lately with all these stinking shootings? It's pathetic. I think we should worry about that before we focus on saving the planet. And just saving the planet to Captain Planet. And the Planeteers. Except for that one dickwad who has the frickin' Ring of Heart. Seriously, what powers does that fucking have? Yeah, I know. I'm glad yet somebody else understands me. By the way, watch my fucking review of it. And how is that gonna help protect the planet? I mean, it could work on the Grinch, maybe, but that's pretty much it. And the death penalty skit makes a lot of sense, too. If you want to balance the fucking budget, reinstate the death penalty all over the place. And by that, I mean reinstate execution. And by reinstate execution, I mean reinstate crucifixion. Fucking crucifixion, folks! That'll save the planet! And the 10 Commandments, where he reduces it to the 2 Commandments, again, makes sense for this day and age. Because, quite frankly, how can there be any other God but one? Screw that logical hippy-dippy crap. George Carlin makes a lot of sense, and I hope he enjoys himself. Because he is a proud, proud example to follow. With guacamole, yes. Can the Bears clobber the Giants? Well, no, because the Giants are bigger than the Bears. So obviously they're going to stomp on the Bears. Oh, I know what this is. You want me to predict the football score. It's freaking July, you idiot! Wait till September and then I'll give you my predictions. Until then, stop talking football. Don't you care about baseball? No, because the Twins suck! Yeah, well, that's your problem, freaking Commander Xander. You're obsessed with every sport. Just freaking wait till September for these football questions. Come on, people, make some common sense, for Christ's sakes. Idiots. Would you pull a foursome with Charlie's Angels from the 2000 film? Oh, I most certainly will. In fact, I'm going to go do that right now. Oh my God! This is the most magical moment of my life! And you're obviously not seeing it because it's still showing that background, isn't it? Would you add Christina Applegate in the mix to make it a 5-some? Oh, I most certainly would. In fact, she's in the bed right now. Let's go make it 5. Oh, yeah, baby! This is awesome! This is the most magical moment of my life! Isn't that right, Scooby? Is Cameron Diaz the hottest blonde in the film industry? Well, of course she is. I mean, come on. Anybody would want to do it with Cameron Diaz. That's why she's on the bed, for Christ's sakes. Along with Charlie's Angels and Christina Applegate. Because she was in 2 fucking hot movies where he had not only her, but other hotties as well. Most men would want to dream of that scenario. Too bad they can't because I'm living it. With guacamole. Yes. Are you honestly Batman? Yes, I'm Batman. You wanna know why? Because I'm Batman! This is that Mizzou Playboy with the glasses saying there's no such thing as a dumb question until you ask it. You dumbass!